Hello, Facebook land. This is Liz, forever late Liz. Just had a few technical details, as always. My husband, who has Navy heritage, is always mad at me for going late to anything. But here we are, 4:06. Let me know if you're on. I've got 6 viewers, which is great. I don't know who's watching unless you let me know by making a comment, any comment at all. So how about we get a thumbs up from anyone who's watching? Are you watching on your phone, Sean?
I don't get Facebook, do I?
Oh, that's because we didn't set it up right. You can watch here.
I don't want to. I'm here. I'm living it.
So, May the 4th at 4 is finally here. I'm Liz Jarvis, you probably know that, and we have 20 viewers already. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Julie. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Leslie. Laura Holderness is in the room. Rosalind's here. And this is my great friend Shane. He also mentors me. We met 30-something years ago when I first did his tax return. And then the universe brings us together every now and then, particularly in the last 6 or so years.
Hello, everyone.
So I'm very, very excited. My book has launched and lots of you are here to help me get to Amazon #1 bestseller. Isn't it amazing? This has been quite a journey. Shane and I meet every week for various reasons, but he's been watching it close, painfully.
I am so proud of you, Liz, because I know what it takes to write a book. And this is all you, and this is your passion, your knowledge, everything that you encapsulate from your experience in that book. And I've been privileged to see it unfold, and I'm intrigued with the rebellion. And when Liz came up with the name Financial Rebellion, I was so jealous because that is such a good name. And I am a rebel, let me tell you. I'll rebel against anything.
I had been jealous of Shane's ability to have such clarity on his principles. Shane is a shaman and knows his principles off by heart, and he quotes them often. And I stirred him up one day by saying, do you just say them when you've got nothing else to say? But I admire his ability to have these principles and to be able to rattle them off. And that leads to another funny story that in the process of having my foreword written by Jack Delosa, who I admire greatly, when I got the foreword back, it said in the foreword that you should embody the principles. What was that word?
Embody the principles.
Embody the principles in this book. And I was thinking to myself, I haven't sorted out what my principles are. How can you say that, Jack Delosa? How can you say, don't just read this book, absorb it, truly understanding and applying the principles captured in the Financial Rebellion will set you and your business free. He could see them in the manuscript, but I didn't realize they were there. And in fact, they were there. They are in element 3 of part 2. There's 9 of them. And my favorite is accounting is not maths, it's storytelling. And when I got that idea, that really opened the floodgates for me in terms of helping business owners to understand that their financials are their story. It's just telling the story of their own business. So they've been really deprived of using that story because they have that feeling that they can never understand it. And I've proven in the last 5 years or so, as I've developed particularly my financial mentoring practices, that every business owner can understand it, and they can understand it quite quickly. And that's what this book is about. This book is about being able to provide that guidance without them actually being my client. So if you read this book, it'll be a little bit like sitting with me. It's a bit of a memoir too. It's my journey to working out how to help business owners understand. So their journey unravels because you kind of can't get it without the journey, and then it spells out some principles.
On that note, Liz, I'm privileged enough to know the journey behind this book, but for the people who don't know, can you share what motivated you to start this rebellion? Because that's what it's turning into.
Yeah. So we do have a section in the book about what I call it the backstory to the book. It actually starts at the Entourage. The Entourage, if anyone doesn't know, is a learning space for entrepreneurs. And I first joined it back in 2015. The great Grant Purcell, who is probably on here, maybe give me a thumbs up if you're here, Grant. He talked me in to joining. The universe just had my back about this. I had no money. I didn't know how I could possibly do it, but weirdly, one of my old clients happened to send me some money. You know, when that's manifesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know that I knew a lot about manifesting then, but I manifested my way into that program. And when I got there, first of all, I felt like a frumpy old lady because I knew that the Entourage was originally designed for under 30s, maybe under 40s, because Jack Delosa rightly thinks that the education system is broken. And I found myself there thinking the accounting system is broken, because when I talked to the other 150 or so people in the room each month, they really mostly didn't know anything about their financials. I got stories about, well, you know, I use my dad's accountant and he kind of, you know, he doesn't really respect me, and, you know, they pat the girls on the head. There, darling. You don't need to know anything. I'm your dad's accountant. You're not a serious business owner. That kind of shit goes on all the time. So that was what kicked this rebellion. But it started out, I was just a meek and mild chartered accountant that didn't like to get in anyone's way and lose my voice.
It's probably time that you lost your voice, Liz, because I've got a question.
Are you telling me to shut up?
No, never. But so this revelation, being an accountant, and you know, anyone who's been to university, you know how to comply. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Complying so you get a good result. How did this revelation that the accounting systems broke? How did you process that, and how did you respond to that?
I'd kind of seen it coming, to be honest, and that was why I'd left public practice. So there's a bit of story about that too in the book. I could see that our originally holistic kind of approach to our clients was our clients. Sorry. Oh, Janie, thank you for dropping some of the links in there. That's awesome. Of course, that's what we're here for, aren't we? You want to buy the book? My team will drop some links in and help you get started on buying the book. We want to go Amazon #1 bestseller. But where was I, Shane? I was talking about
responding to the revelation that accountancy is broken.
It truly made me angry, apart from anything else. And I wanted to come up with, as I said before, a solution. I actually did some crowdfunding. I called it Suck the Scare from Accounting. You can still see it. It's up there on Possible. And I crowdfunded to do a little course. And I had about 10 people come through that course. And it was awesome. They got so much out of it. And so I kind of had the solution already. What I didn't have, which we need in today's world, is a way to market that well. So then I had to iterate and iterate and iterate until I come up with something like financial rebellion. And people say, tell me more about that. So we're hoping that all this work to polish the message, to understand my customer, to do all the things that marketing tells us to do, and then I learned from the Entourage, is going to succeed in getting lots of people looking at their numbers. And then accounting won't be broken anymore.
Correct.
Because business owners will know once more that it's their they are the most important user of the story, that it's their responsibility, and that their accountants can do so much more for them if they already engage with that financial information and pass it through fully functioning to the accountant.
Now, Liz, or to the people watching, Liz, for those of you who don't know Liz personally, she is an angel and she's a very generous lady. And throughout this 2-hour live, we call this what do we call this?
It's a
not
live
broad-
global launch.
throughout this live global launch, we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff. And if we don't start giving stuff away now, we're not going to get through it all. So the first thing that we're giving
Before
away.
we go there,
Oh yes, go Liz.
I just wanted to say, I'm reading some of these comments here. Sally Holden's got the book. Dave Thompson's got the book. And he says that it's awesome that Jack did the forward. It is awesome. It's awesome because he gets it and he wants a solution. He sees that business owners just won't go there. So, and Kerry's here as well. Sarah's got her copy. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah's in my group, my book writing group, and Belle's here. Thank you, Belle. So quite a few people have got your book. If you have bought your book, please keep the thread going for me by letting me know. Okay, time for the free stuff. Jane's always after free stuff. She's Jane, I'm not sure that you.
This one.
Please enter every comp, Jane.
So we're giving away 11 gifts. They're not prizes, they're gifts. And this is all from Liz. So what we want you to do, whoever gives us a flex, that little, I'm not really good at flexing. It's more like
Hang on, I'll put one in the comments. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, so Liz is going to flex her muscle. And to anyone who's watching, if you give us a flex, you could be chosen to receive this amazing gift worth $479. And that is a financial power hour
Dave's in.
with Liz Jarvis.
Julie did a double flex.
Oh, double
pretty
flexes. That's pretty impressive, Julie.
Really come. Lots of flexes.
So flex your muscle, flex your rebellious muscle, and you could be the recipient of this $479 valued gift. And I'd get in quickly before Liz's demand increases, and it's a
Anthony Giblin, he's one of my great clients there. He did a great testimonial in my group the other day.
Nice muscles too, Anthony. Good job.
Look at all
Robin.
Roz's muscles.
Is that Robin?
Ros Harwood. I went to school with Ros.
Ros.
She was a great friend of mine way back in the day. In fact, I had to steal my husband off her. Sorry about that, Ros. Well, actually, I know you're grateful, actually.
So, Liz,
Kevin Ballard, thank
hello.
you.
Hey, Kevin. How are you?
And my boy Adam, he's on here. Hello,
Adam.
Adam.
So we'll keep monitoring. We've got Liz's team is monitoring the flex, and while we monitor the flex, my next question in relation to you discovering that accounting was broken was, how did you feel as an accountant in that moment?
Oh, I felt ashamed, really ashamed, that our industry had got to the point where we just weren't helping people anymore. Like, I always, even when I trained early as an auditor, like people are terrified of auditors, but always as an auditor, I saw my role I talk a little bit about this in the book. Like, I remember being at places like Texas Instruments back in the day. They made the calculators we all had to use at school. But I saw my role as helping them protect their systems and processes and people and money and all sorts of things. So we always went in there with a view to improve things for our clients. So I'm getting a little bit lost on going on a sidetrack as I do. But in the book, actually, there is access to a spreadsheet that I have developed off the back of that auditing, where we would do management letters, and we would note as we worked through things our observations, the implication of that observation, and our recommendation. And I'm saying that to help you understand that that's where accounting was back in the 80s, and probably long before that as well, where we were there to help support the client. That's what we were there for. And the tax return and things like that, well, that was just a side of what we did, not everything that we did. So yeah, I felt devastated that so many people that I met in the entourage just didn't get that support. And so that's the accounting is broken thing. Well, you can see the passion. Like, people that know me well would know that I have put a lot of time and money
Your life, really.
into following it to make it work, so we can help millions.
And it's interesting, Liz, because you talk about the fear factor, and what usually stops. Good to see those flexes coming through.
Oh, look, Norma's made a comment. We can't do the flex.
We'll count that as a flex.
Yes.
Yes.
So Norma is my new stepmother. She and my dad were married just last year. So Norma and Dad, please just type the word. If we ask you to flex or arrow, Donna's put an arrow in. We haven't asked for that
We
yet.
haven't. That's very psychic of you, Donna.
So I'm so happy that you are both there on the line, and everyone else that's there too. We've got 45 people in at the moment. And yes, if you don't know how to use the emojis because you're in the older generation, it's okay. Just use words.
Yeah. So we were talking about fear, and
yes.
Fear is what stops people from reaching their potential and following their passion, because what you fear owns you, right? And I can only imagine, because this was my experience in the church, right? I mean, I had same story, and I think people in the medical field and all these
lawyers,
all
the professions are under.
Everybody's experiencing a shift and change and seeing through, the veil, and so it would have been pretty scary, Liz. So embracing the challenge to do something about it, I've got a lot of respect for you in that, because I'm sure everybody, you think of lawyers and you think of accountants, you see these leather-bound libraries with books and stuffiness, and man, you're anything but that.
I have got my library, but
it's
full of Stephen
colourful
Covey
library.
and I have a few other things, Wayne Dyer, lots of sales stuff, lots of strategy stuff. But yes, you're right. It's and it has been scary. It's still scary. In fact, after this launch, I'm a little bit scared that I could get kicked out of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. But
we'll start a new one.
But I'm hoping they'll warmly embrace my idea, because it is about bringing the power back to the business owner, and that's who we serve. And in fact, the lives of accountants and bookkeepers will be improved when their business owners are engaged with their financial information. Well, that's my theory anyway.
So I guess you're talking about people not having the knowledge and that being taken away from them. So technically, majority of business people, and this is I work with a lot of business people, they're flying blind.
They are flying blind. They're flying blind because they don't have enough faith in their own knowledge to use the financial information. So I remember when I was working with the great Clive Enever, who's a sales coach that I used for quite a while, and strategy coach. He was trying to understand my perspective so that he could help me to work out how to sell my services. And we kept sort of digging into what I was seeing, and I had to stop myself from being so literal. Like, I didn't realise what a literal accountant's brain I had. But we struck gold one day when I was describing one of my clients and their lack of connection with their financial information. And he said to me, it sounds like they've been deprived of that ability to use that information. And I literally burst into tears, because that's what it was. And I'm such a kind person. I don't want to hurt anyone, which is why marketing's quite difficult for me because you're supposed to poke pain points, right?
Yeah, that's the old way.
We are poking a few pain points here. But that word deprived, I couldn't even remember the word for about 3 weeks. I had to keep looking back to see the word. My brain didn't want to hold that amount of pain about about where business owners were at. But that was the truth of what was happening. And the flow on, the ripple from that is insane, really, because sometimes business owners are in business for whatever reason, but they've lost sight of that and they're not making money and they're not getting any support to make better decisions about what's going on. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, interesting that you go there, Liz, because in our conversations, you've mentioned that a lot of accountants and business coaches tell people to get away from that stuff and delegate it. So people are actually being coached and encouraged not to be connected to their data.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. It's a generalized thing of don't do what you're not good at. Delegate that out. Make that someone else's problem, I suppose, is the way they see it. But it sort of comes back to that literal thing I was talking about before. We can't take that literally. It's still our business. And what I really discovered in terms of explaining why every business owner can actually understand their own information, every business owner is actually quite functionally literate with financial information. When you start to see that the financial statements, that profit and loss and balance sheet, they tell the story of your business. So we should not be disconnected from the story of our business. We should not be disconnected from whether or not we're making a profit or whether or not we're paying too much tax. But most people are disconnected from that. And my rebellion is about not allowing that to be the status quo anymore. We're actually fighting against the status quo, because in the status quo, your power has been taken. You have no financial power because you've abdicated it to everyone else. Delegation is okay. Delegation happens when you understand what you're asking your team member to do. But abdication, you just cannot afford to do in any area of your life, not medically, not, in law. We've kind of lost the thing that when working with professionals, our job is to engage them to do a task, but our job is to give them instruction as to what we want done. And so that abdication kind of attitude means the business owner isn't instructing and isn't getting value. I'm just going to have a look in the chat here. Everybody's chatting away, which is awesome.
Keep flexing, because if you haven't flexed, you could win, or not win. So that's the wrong. We're giving. This is gifting. So we're in a new age, and we've got to change all that terminology. So we're gifting 1 hour of a mentoring session with Liz, valued at $479, and it's called the Financial Power Hour. All we got to do is, do
Davina wants 3 of them. She's put the three
Davina,
flexes.
like almost $1,500 value.
Absolutely.
And if you can't do the emoji thing, just type the word flex. Because in a couple of minutes, we have to give away we're behind schedule with our gifting, Liz.
Oh dear.
I'm looking at your clock. Is that clock right?
You're working with me. You're
I don't
always
use
going to be
analog clocks
behind schedule. Yes, that clock is correct.
All right.
It's
So
4:30.
flex away, because we've got another 10 gifts to give away as we go through Liz's global, universal book. If they're on the International Space Station, they can still participate.
Yeah, if they've got an Amazon account,
Yeah,
no problem at all.
so purchase your copy, help Liz start her rebellion, and it's a great book. I've had the privilege of reading lots of it, and
It's much better now than it was.
this book in itself is a journey. Liz could write a book on writing the book, right? I I got to
on
tell
how
you.
not to write a book.
Oh, it's been a journey. It's been great.
While everyone's flexing away, I'm going to read a couple of comments. There's a couple of nice comments here. Liv Thwaites, wonderful Liv from Green Hip Women's Workwear. She makes the most amazing, comfortable workwear for women in the trades. I love the idea of the overalls. She's got these buttons so carefully placed that overalls can stretch big enough to have a baby and then go back over time without actually having to go up a size.
So who is that?
That's Liv Thwaites.
Liv, you could adapt that to menswear because men don't have babies, but they certainly fluctuate.
Are you talking about Sean?
I didn't mention any names, Liz.
But Liv says here, you've empowered me to learn the story of the numbers and enjoy getting to know what the numbers are saying to me. Thank you, Liz. I can't wait to read your book. Thank you, Liv. It's been wonderful working with you. All right.
So we're going to move on, Liz, to another gift.
Okay. Let's do that.
So this time we're going to ask for, now Donna is ahead of the pack.
Well, we're only going to count it after this moment in time.
After this moment.
So Donna, you'll have to do it again.
You'll have to, actually, Donna, we're going to ask for the arrow, and what we're gifting now is somebody's going to win a hard copy of the Financial Rebellion. Oh, not this one. It's a limited edition, numbered hard copy, and you're going to get number 1. Is that right?
That's right, number
Number
one.
1, and this is priceless because there's only going to be 100 printed, and it's going to be personally signed by Liz Jarvis.
There'll be more than 100 hard copies printed.
Oh, sorry.
There'll only be 100 signed by me.
We've got our own Facebook fact checker here. How good is that?
Oh, here they come. Here they come.
Oh,
The
here
arrows
come
are
the
coming.
arrows.
Oh, Sarah.
Who's that, Sarah?
Sarah's writing a book too. Hers is about dogs
Dogs.
and dog behaviour.
Well, you'll have, when you do your book launch, Sarah, your emojis will be really easy. Dogs, there's heaps of dog emojis. So yeah, we're gifting a hard copy of the Financial Rebellion, the first number 1 off the print run, and there'll be more than 100 apparently, but there will only be one number 1, and it will be signed by Liz.
So any kind of arrow is good. Up arrows from Catherine. Arrow emojis are acceptable. The word arrow. David Harrison from South Australia. Thank you. We know you too. So there's not many. Oh yes, there is. Sorry, there's heaps of them.
Yeah, they're coming in.
They're
There's still
coming.
some flexing going on.
Just saw a turtle in there.
A turtle.
Tracy Gavigan's here.
Turtles are good.
She's got her book already, and she says also I've taught her so much. It's been a delight working with Tracy, empowering her.
So Tracy, that's a green Ninja Flex. That counts, right?
Yes,
That definitely counts.
that counts.
I'm impressed because I love turtles, and that one. So Julie's got a horse and a boomerang. That's interesting.
Ooh.
That's an Australian rebellion. We need a rebellion.
Julie is also a book author.
Nice.
From my group. She launched last weekend. Unfortunately, I missed her launch.
Congratulations.
For various reasons. But her book is the secret something of motherhood. I'm sorry, Julie, my head's in my own book. But I highly recommend looking at the cover of Julie's book. I wish it was available when my boys were young, because it's just amazing.
Motherhood is the most important job on this planet, followed secondly by dadhood. Yeah, absolutely great.
Susie Minnett's on here. She's also got the
There's turtles
what are they?
everywhere.
The Ninja Turtles. Susie Minette is one that understands my challenge with marketing. She was helping me from the beginning. Oh, Sarah's here too. Beautiful Sarah.
There you go. I'll send
Sarah's
you
my gymnastics coach.
I'll send you a copy of my book.
Marketing. Sarah's my gymnastics coach. I am coming back to gymnastics next week, Sarah. I've been very distracted by the book, but I went with Sarah and the team to Amsterdam last year. It was amazing. Coming back. So,
Just to let people know, after today's live event, and I'm going on all Liz's instructions here. I'm not making this stuff up. I've actually got a list. And Liz did tell me that there were only going to be 100 of the hard copy books, but it's Liz's party and she can change the parameters as she sees fit.
Only 100 signed copies.
Oh, right. Well, so we will be announcing the successful gift recipients after this event.
That's right.
So, because we're going to, or Liz's team is, I'm not involved in this at all, but Liz's team is going to print it all out, cover it all up, and select fairly and squarely the people who are going to receive these gifts.
Dennis, I'm not sure if you're online. I'm wondering if you could drop the links in. Hey Shaz, thanks for buying my book. Drop the links in for me. All together with the little flags we were working on. That would be awesome. One for the different countries. Because of course what we're really here for is to encourage you to also share those links to your friends and jump online and buy them. And actually, once you've had an opportunity to digest some or all of my book, I would love it if you could write a review on Amazon. That would help me greatly. And any of my long-term clients that are here as well, Google reviews are great for my business too, as we ramp things up into the financial rebellion. Every review that you feel compelled to do would be warmly welcomed.
So Liz, just back to some questions. You mentioned that you felt ashamed of the accounting world when you had this epiphany, this realization, this revelation. So that feeling of shame, was that a part of the fuel that led to the financial rebellion? Like, how did you channel that? How did you?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it like that before. But I think the shame probably came even more heavily later when I realized that most business owners, not only were they not looking at their numbers, but they felt this immense anxiety around their numbers. So I became ashamed that our industry was unable to help people in this space of anxiety. But worse still, that our industry was sometimes creating that anxiety. So there's a story in here of a beautiful client of mine. I mean, they're all beautiful. You know, every soul is beautiful to me, and everyone comes with a different set of challenges. I was in, and I talk about how this came to be in the book. But again, I'm trying to do marketing, and I'm in a group session about marketing, and they ask, what's something that your clients get from you that they also get from other people? And that was the great Stev Lakovic telling us that. I don't know if you're on the call, Stev, but it would be lovely to hear from you. What's something they get from other people? And I realized that a lot of my clients got a level of reduced anxiety, a bit of improved mental health as a result of working with me. And I said this in the group, in the breakout group that I was in. And I really got fantastic feedback from that. And then we went back into the main room and they shared that as well. There's, I don't know, 50 or 100 of us online in these trainings. But the next morning, I got an email from someone in that room. And that someone said, help me, help me with my business. Now, you can read the story for yourself, but to sort of, I think it's really hard for anyone that's not been in this situation to understand just how wrong your financial records can be compiled. So this poor lady wanted to send her financials to the bank in order to get finance for a vehicle that she needed for one of her workers. And she had her accountants prepared financials, but she needed some current financials. So she ran the current financials. The current financials showed that she had made hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses. And she said, I couldn't I can't take that to I can't send that to the bank, but I know it's wrong. I know this isn't the case. I know that my wages aren't that big. They're only this much, and I'm tracking stuff on another system that tells me my profit's this much. How could it be so wrong? And it could be so wrong because the accountant had been too lazy to let her know how to fix her records. The accountant for the last couple of years had adjusted it in their records and lodged the tax returns, done all of that, but not let the client know that they were making a mistake in bookkeeping. And she's so smart, it only took her like 10 minutes to understand, and also to work out how to very quickly reverse the one mistake that she was making every week with the payroll for the last 3 years. And wham bam, we had accounts that showed profits, and she could go to the bank in confidence. And it was it connected the anxiety thing, and it connected that shame that people out there have such a wrong picture of their reality. It's no wonder they're terrified of their financial statements. Quite often when we get in there, they're like, this can't be right, this can't be right. And that's where I discovered that they always had the power. They just need a safe space to explore and get curious.
Yeah, thank you, Liz. That's very powerful.
I talk too much.
No, you don't talk too much at all. You are an absolute well of wisdom. We got some good comments coming through. There's a nice one from Tanya. Was that Tegan? Sorry, Tegan.
Tegan, she's another one of our book writers.
Liz wears glasses. I don't. Maybe I should, but that font is really small.
Sure,
and it's a long way over there. So sorry, Tegan.
My good friend Stephanie Nichols is here. She's just brought a hard copy too. A paperback copy, I suggest.
Well, speaking of paperback copies, Liz, we have to keep on our schedule of gifting.
And we have to keep people buying. So, and also maybe invite your friends into here.
I'm running out of water.
I don't think Dennis dropped those little things off for me.
Dennis might be asleep.
Dennis might not. Something might not be right. I might have to do that myself.
Okay. Well, while you do, Liz, I'll just reach across you. Excuse me. The next gift from Liz is a paperback copy of The Financial Rebellion. So what we need you to do now, signed by Liz, not just any random person. What we need you to do is put an F, capital F and capital R, and so no emojis here. This is an easy one for people older than us, I guess, or even our age. So capital F, capital R for Financial Rebellion in the chat, and you could receive a signed copy of Financial Rebellion, soft copy. And hey, buy an e-copy so that you can read it on your device as well, have a backup.
Yeah, the more e-copies, like they're just 99 cents. The more,
99
the more
cents.
of those we sell, the better. The more of the paperback we sell, the better.
Buy 6, buy 12.
I don't think it works like that. I'm not sure. I know we want to game the algorithm a little bit, but we don't want to break the rules.
Or break the algorithm.
Or have people spend more money than they need.
No, you only need to spend 99 cents, and that's helping Liz help her rebellion, help you.
Yes, thanks Sharon for dropping the Australia link in. Sharon, could you also drop in for me the USA link? Because we've got some family over there and we've got some family in the UK as well. If we drop those in, that would be awesome. All right.
So keep the, are there any FRs coming through?
Oh, there's heaps.
Oh, wow.
Look at them all.
My goodness. I'm glad I'm not cutting it all up. Picking a winner. A recipient.
Leave the hardcover, so we could buy the paperback now in the same place as we can buy the 99-cent electronic version. The hardcover is not yet available, but will be soon. We don't want to confuse the customer, right?
Or me.
Or it might involve Liz having to find the time to upload it properly.
So I got another question for you, Liz, and I think it's probably time for a question. All right. Now,
It soon might be time for a costume change.
oh, yeah, okay. Now, what? Now, I got to be careful how I word this question because you know that I'm like very pro-feminine, but
Feminine.
feminine.
Yes.
Is that what I said?
I wasn't sure pro-feminist.
No, well,
Feminine.
I don't know.
The
I'm very
female
pro.
energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And so please don't take this the wrong way, anyone, because anyone who knows me knows where I'm coming from. But what inspires a mum, a wife, who's an accountant working in an accountancy firm to, and this is, I have a lot of respect for you for doing this, and all women who back themselves in what was once a man's world, which is probably why the world's so stuffed. But what inspires you to, you know, you're a mum, you had a sick child, you know, your whole journey, anyone who knows it's pretty amazing. Like, what inspires you to start this whole thing about empowerment and rebellion?
So many things. Empowerment, actually, you know, empowerment has always been within me. Empowerment, I recall teaching kids to ride a bicycle, and my sister Lou is here in the audience. I think she might remember. I was thinking about this the other day. I used to teach some kids to ride their bicycle in our backyard, and then I was thinking more about how was that so? Why was I doing that? But probably my sister, she's 6 years younger than me, so that makes me, you know, sort of a good extra age to be helping those kids on their bikes. And I would help them by holding the seat while they pedaled and encouraging them, and eventually letting go of the seat, but not letting them know about that until they were actually quite stable. So that was, and we talked about this. Remember, soon after I got the you know, the passion to do something about this, Shane was helping me out, videoing me down by the river.
That's many years ago.
And that empowerment thing came up then, and it started when I was helping kids to ride a bike, and then I think it's also been nurtured with a lot of Stephen Covey's works. I've read a lot of Stephen Covey's books, and it's all about, you know, humanity and helping people out. And then, you know, I've gradually moved into more of the woo-woo spiritual side of things and got even more determined to help people. So, did I answer the question? I think the empowerment. Yeah. So even though I probably had less time available than
I think
I really needed to do as many things as I've done in empowerment and community. And
I think another word to throw in there with empowerment is nurturing. I think you do that so well. I know with your clients, you do it with the people around you. You even do it with me. And that's just the nature of who you are, Liz. And I don't think you can create something like this, a rebellion, without... So it's not just about passion and empowerment. It's about love, because love's the ultimate power in the universe.
And truth.
And truth, authenticity. It's about caring. It's about caring enough to be empowered, right? So...
caring enough to want to make a difference.
Yeah. How are the emoji things in the comments going?
Well,
because we don't want
we've
to
slowed down a bit. We might need to go to the next prize.
Who wants another prize? Give us one of those things. The gratitude things. Give us one of those to see if you want another prize or not. Because the next prize is.
Andy's on here. We need to bottle this. Oh, thank you, Andy.
What would we call it?
2 years ago, I became very close friends with Andy's wife. This day exactly 2 years ago, because that was at the Manning Maid. So please, all the thank yous and the prayer pose. Davina, thank you. All my book group people are so good at this.
All right, well, let's do it, Liz. We are going to be asking for another flex.
What were we giving away for this?
Oh, no, that's just... We're just playing with people now, Liz. No, what that was just, hello, are you still there kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hello, Libby.
Libby's here. Hello, Libby Johnson.
So we're giving away another. This is a big deal. We're giving away another financial power hour with Liz. That's a one-on-one mentoring session with Liz, valued at $479. So I will guarantee you that 1 hour will change your life. It will change your perspective, and now is the moment of power. So whatever you do now changes your future. So now's a really good time to flex.
We're flexing. Jane's flexing. Megan's flexing. Melanie's flexing.
Look at all that.
They're all oh, Anne. Hello, Anne. It's lovely to have you in here too. Flexing away.
Flex away, and you could receive a very valuable hour spent with Liz Jarvis, drilling down into your situation and her sharing her knowledge and wisdom with you.
Yes, I can dive into your system. I can have a look at what's in there. I can show you around. I can talk with you about how to save tax. It just depends. When in these financial power hours, like in all my mentoring, I meet you exactly where you're at. So it's all about you and your agenda and what you want to know. So I don't have a set of things that we do, because I don't know. Well, it's sort of a healing space, but I just seem to be able to work out what it is you need at the time.
Yeah, so Liz doesn't provide cookie cutter solutions, nor do I, and it's about being interested enough and having that nurturing energy around you to dive into the individual and their needs. So that's what Liz does. And
it's taken a bit to be honest, it's taken a bit to develop, because it's kind of scary.
It's learned.
Well,
experiential stuff.
I have to look at all sorts of different accounting systems, so I have to actually allow myself to be vulnerable enough to not know sometimes what's going on.
I have the privilege of, as Liz said, working with Liz every week, and one of the things that I love hearing about every week when I work with Liz is the impact she's had on somebody, or reading the testimonials that people share with Liz about how her knowledge, her wisdom, her insight has changed their world. And this is the empowerment stuff, people not being owned by their accounting system, but them taking back their power, developing financial intelligence, which means freedom, because what you fear owns you. So a lot of people fear those numbers, and that's what I've learned from Liz about the people she works with. Most people are ignorant, scared, fearful, don't want to know about it. Is it head in the sand kind of stuff?
Mm.
And one session with Liz, the feedback I see, this is not Liz talking, this is what I see from what Liz shares with me and shows me, is that in 1 hour people gain enough confidence to take back their power, or at least begin that journey. So flex, give us some flex, and you could experience that with Liz Jarvis. And was it another ninja? Is that Tracy?
That's Tracy giving a
right. I thought you were doing
really
a ninja.
Nice. That's pretty.
That's right.
Stephanie, it took a while for her to find this. I've been using it all the time. Basically, it's the flex and the arrow is how I sign off just about everything these days, and it's even there in the book. There we go. Instead of a picture, I thought the best way to say flexing your financial power is to use that image.
Yes.
I'm just sharing this to hopefully get some more people in. So anybody else that's on, we'd love to have some more people in here. If you let your friends know that we're in here giving away all sorts of stuff.
Julie's got a good flex going on there.
Julie. Ooh. What is that, Julie? That's some kind of futuristic robot person. Did your nephew help you find that, Julie? Oh, thank you, Sharon. At one stage, there was an article written about me as a fairy godmother. But marketing, you don't quite know what to call yourself, do you? I think financial rebellion is going to make it much better than the fairy godmother. The finance fairy.
I completely. You're a lot of things, but you're not a fairy.
Yes, true. I can be all sorts of things.
So, how are we going with the?
Julie's having a laughing cry there. So we've got a lot of fist bumps. I think we've got more than enough for that giveaway.
Okay. Well, do you want to give away another prize? Gift.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, we've got a mystery prize.
We do. We've got a couple of those. I think that's a.
I think it's time for the mystery prize.
Do you know what we should really do here? This is random. Like, this is going out on a limb. This is like uncharted waters
I'm
here.
not even sure what the mystery prize is yet.
Oh, I know.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So if you want to win the mystery prize, and it's not bad actually, it's unique. I'll say that much. If you want to win, well, it's not a mystery prize. It's a mystery gift. Okay. Sorry, you've got to keep correcting myself.
Mystery gift.
It's a mystery gift.
It's not a mystery flight.
It's definitely not a mystery
I need
flight.
a mystery flight.
What we need you to do is put a fairy godmother icon in the chat.
Find the fairy
Find
mother,
a fairy
godmother
Yep,
emoji.
Yep, find a fairy emoji, and just for laughs.
I am a fairy to Stephanie. Stephanie's my very good friend.
Hello, Stephanie. Nice to meet you. So if you want to,
If you don't know how to do emojis, you can still
just
type for
write,
Dad and Norma.
just write fairy.
Fairy. Oh, look at these. Oh, I like the Venus fairies.
We've got
Nice.
ooh, they look,
They're very sweet.
I'm not into fairies, but they're impressive.
See what I can find in mine.
They're almost dragonfly butterfly hybrids, aren't they?
Hybrids.
Yeah.
We're doing hybrid publishing here, by the way, through the beautiful work of inspirational book writers.
And we need to remind people, if you've just joined us, that this is Liz's global book launch and the launch of her Financial Rebellion, which I'll just grab that book. This is what we're all here for today.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some
They're
here
flying off the shelves.
with the fairies, right? And
We might have to talk about the horse soon.
yeah, so actually let's jump ahead a little
So we were
bit.
doing the mystery prize. We're looking for fairies.
Yeah.
Liz is looking for her own fairy. She's gone off on a tangent. How unusual. Can't find a
So
fairy.
I guess sort of picking back up on our conversation, you basically, and this is a powerful thing for anybody, anywhere, in any situation, any scenario in life. If you're challenged and frustrated, you have two options. You can either become owned by that frustration, and or you can take that and help that empower you to your own, creating your own change. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world, and that's exactly what Liz is doing here. She's creating a community and a rebellion, a financial rebellion. So we're not storming Parliament House, unfortunately. We're just we're taking back our power as individuals. And so, Liz, can you share a little bit about how you did that? Like, how did you move from the point of being frustrated to taking action? Because I think that's something that will help everybody, no matter where they are on the journey.
You have to really lean into yourself. And I think when you're on these journeys where things are not working out the way that you would like them to, you have to get out of your mind and into your soul, and into understanding yourself better. I see Davina popping up there. So Davina's wonderful in our book writing community. and she could see things that were holding me back at different times, and I was very literal writing the book. In the early stages of writing the book, I was so worried about what people would think.
No.
Yes.
No way, Liz.
Very worried about what people would think. I was very worried about getting it wrong, actually. Yes, Shane knows that. That's my Achilles heel. When I start thinking I might be getting something wrong, or I got something wrong last week, last year, last century, I can be very hard on myself internally. So you have to let that go a little bit, and you know, I guess I started leaning more into the universe too, into trusting the divine timing of things. Norma's put a beautiful thing. Be the change.
Yes, absolutely.
Norma, you're doing well. You found more than an emoji.
That's
Is that
impressive.
like a GIF or something? Mitesh is on here too. Mitesh I met many years ago. He's a fabulous accountant that I send people to when their accountants are too scared to do superannuation properly. Where was I?
We're talking about
Leaning
empowered.
in. But you know, I'm a long way from perfect. I still like to numb myself with a bottle of wine occasionally, things like that, instead of doing everything that I should. And I think that's an important thing to also talk about, you know. We're all imperfect human beings on a journey, aren't we?
We are here to be human, not to be perfect, because the beauty of our humanity is in our imperfections. And when you start trying to attain perfection, you're in for a life of misery, because that's not what we're here for. But from the perspective that I come, the sixth principle of shamanism is that all power comes from within. And we talk about these principles when I've got nothing else to talk about, right, Liz? And I talk about...
But, you know, that power comes from within is really important, because Shane would see me, we'd have a conversation, and I'd go running off, literally. I'd leave the desk and go somewhere looking for some piece of paper to remember what exactly I said. And Shane's helped me in the last year or two to recognise that those answers are within me, that if I just sit still for a minute, they will come back out, instead of thinking I have to get it perfect and, you know, exactly the right words I had yesterday. There's a few words up on the board here.
Ooh.
Because there's words I forget.
Wow.
There's that deprived word.
Yeah.
And there's the other big word, which was expediency.
Mm.
Because expediency is what's happened to the accounting industry, and expediency removed the meaning from financial statements.
Something one of my mentors shared with me back in my 20s, which is when I met Liz. That's a long time ago. And this has stuck with me, and I share it with everyone I work with and anyone who's prepared to listen, because it has helped me so much. And that is that truth, your truth, is written on the tablet of your heart. And, you know, you only have to prepare lies, because the truth is always within you. So, you know, when we go within, because all power comes from within, when we go within and listen and listen deeply enough to find our own truth, we always get the answer. We get messed up when we go looking outside and chasing things. So, and I've seen that with Liz. Like, everything here is from within Liz and her experience. Like, so Liz just hasn't written this book because she thinks she knows it,
Or because I need a business card.
or because you need a business card.
Like
This is a tool.
Write a book to be a business card. This is not a business card. This is to help millions.
Yeah, this is a tool. It's a key to freedom, and it's a key to empowerment. So.
Oh, we've got a friend from the Philippines joined in here, Clifford. I suspect you're related to our Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us here. Anyone else who's joining us from the Philippines needs the USA link to buy the book. So if one of my team could drop the USA link in, that would be awesome. And I hope to meet you sometime, Clifford. Thank you. There's his brother. So Bo Ying Ying is a beautiful name that Dennis's grandmother gave him. And that's why he has that on his Facebook profile.
Hello, Dennis. Nice to see you. Well, I can't see you, but I can.
Sometimes we see each other,
Sometimes
don't
we
in our
do,
team
yes.
meetings. we've already been going for an hour, and I think there's 42 viewers on at the moment. We've had 400 comments.
Have we got any questions from people? Would anyone like to ask Liz a question? Make it a really, really good one, please.
Can I step off the stage for a minute?
Would you like?
I
You're
really
just going to
don't
leave me
get
here with
some-
all these?
Tell us about the 5
Wait.
feathers.
All
Have
right.
you got some there for me? Or a few other things. Why don't we talk about? We've got a few questions. Keys to freedom. Christian. We've got some. So I want to talk a little bit. Well, should I read that conclusion thing or no? I came up with the idea of financial rebellion. Yes, there might be a costume change coming, Sarah. We're going to have a costume change. But before we have a costume change, let me tell you about this. So this, let's see, where can we get it? So see this beautiful horse and rider, and so she's an archer, or it could be a he. I got the idea of financial rebellion as a decent name for my book, and then I had to work up to how do I make it work? How do I get this idea of, then Robin Hood came into my mind. Okay, we've lost our power, how do we get it back? And how do I then bring the elements in together? So this is our logo. So Dennis, who's on here as well, Dennis is my research engineer. He has been with me for a very long time, around 6 or more years full time. And in the background, he listens to my crazy ideas. But as AI started to come in, Dennis started using AI to develop some images for us. Because I started talking about how I was going to bring together information to be readable to the reader. And gradually the book, I had lots of ideas, lots and lots of writing. There's lots that didn't make it into this version of the book. And I didn't quite know how to pull it together. But eventually, I can summarize this easily now. We have arrows. We have 5 of them, which I also got ideas when I went to Sherwood Forest with my husband, Sean, to actually discover a bit more about Robin Hood.
I'm just concerned about the poor chicken that lost its feathers, but anyway.
I wonder where my colours of money thing is.
There's the one you got from Sherwood Forest.
Oh yes, I did get this from Nottingham Castle. Anyway, I'm just going to run over this. So that we have our arrows. They're a very important part of the book. It's the beginning of your journey. You need courage. Then you'll need some curiosity. Then you will get some confidence. Then you will collaborate with your professionals. And last of all, and the most important feather on your arrow is the one of contemplation. So I want you to contemplate your financial information regularly. So that's our arrow. And then our bow. Oh, have you got a bow somewhere?
I'll find the box.
See if we can find a bow. I read up on archery a little bit, enough to string the book together in the end. Davina would remember I was trying to find a thread to bring it all together, but the thread ended up being our horse that Dennis designed on AI. Here's our bow.
I used to do archery, but I might break things.
This is what I wanted to demonstrate. So, to give the energy to your arrow, you have to flex your bow. And the harder you flex your bow, the more energy you give to your arrow. And so I realized that what I want my reader to do is to really flex their mind, right?
Be careful, Liz.
I could be wearing it. Speaking of wearing. Yes, so we have our principles, those principles I was talking about earlier, they're in the part of the book where I'm asking you to flex your mind to think about accounting differently. And the main message in that one is that accounting is not maths, it's storytelling. So I'm working my way through all of these different things. And then I suddenly realized, and again, not many months ago, that the horse that they rode in the times of Robin Hood, that actually represents your accounting system. It's strong, it works with you, you need to look after it, you need to feed it well, and it will protect you. And the horse has lots of other symbolism and I have written quite a bit in the book about it, but I have forgotten, and totems and things like that. The horse is a very important part of many, many, many cultures.
Interestingly enough, in many shamanic traditions, the horse represents freedom.
Ah, see, that was the one I forgot. Freedom. Freedom. Financial freedom. Thanks, Julie. I can see Julie's got to go. I think that was Julie saying she's got to go. Everyone's commenting. It's so beautiful. It's lovely having everyone here. So, hence the pictures, the beautiful artwork that Dennis has done with the AI. So this image came from Dennis's work. The image up here came from Dennis's work. The image up here, she's got a beautiful coat on with fur. And when I was thinking about today's launch, I don't like shopping.
You're scaring the hell out of me, Liz.
I don't really like shopping, but I was visiting the beautiful Tracy Gavigan in Sydney, and I had time to discover a costume shop. So let me go and just get what I found.
This will be interesting, people. Sorry, Liz.
I'm a bit fatter than that.
So while Liz has gone and left me at the helm, we need to give away another gift. So this is going to be another copy of the Financial Rebellion, and what we need is a capital F and a capital R in the comment section, and Liz's team will be sifting through all of these comments. Drum roll, not quite yet. Oh, for the costume, yeah. So if you'd like to receive a copy of the Financial Rebellion signed by Liz, absolutely free, put your capital F and your capital R in the comment section, and you could receive your own signed copy of the Financial Rebellion. And we are here to help Liz make it to the #1 bestseller status on Amazon, which is it's good because it helps Liz, it helps visibility, it helps with the algorithms, and this book has the potential to change people's lives, and not only the people who read it, but their families, their friends, their communities, because when good people become financially independent and financially free, they change the world, right? So that's what we're here to do. We're here to be the change. And hello, Liz. Liz has the costumes. A bit scary. So yeah, I actually, the first time I saw Liz trying to use this concerned me because she was actually doing it this way, which is completely backwards. So I was very concerned. And I thought she would lose an eye, but she didn't.
So,
all right, Liz, here we go.
So I go into the costume shop. And look what I find. A perfect cape with the fur and everything, just like Dennis had made on our characters in all our pictures.
And just for everybody's interest, we've got a horse we're just about to bring in.
This is one for Shane.
Yeah, this is.
It's more like the silver wolf, I reckon.
Hmm.
Yes. So what do you think, guys? Do you like our capes?
If you join the rebellion, you've got to wear this kind of gear.
No, you don't. Don't make it. Don't. What's that called? Don't do any.
I don't know. I think
There's a marketing term for that. We don't want to put any like
coercion. We don't want to coerce people.
We don't want to have any.
Oops. I feel like Elton John more so than a rebellion person. But anyway.
Oh, I lost my mouse. I can't even see what's going on here.
All right. So
this is a bit crazy. So what did you do while I was out of the room?
we gave a
few targets happening.
We're doing the FR for another book.
The FR for another book.
Yeah, we're gifting away.
Sarah wants one.
I'm really having a. Is this a costume malfunction?
Yes.
There we go. Thank you.
Costume malfunction.
I look heaps better like this. All right. I feel a rebellion coming up.
I just couldn't believe how close to
It's good to laugh, people.
Dennis's images these cloaks were. So
you look like little Green Riding Hood, like little eco Riding Hood.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to look. I'm meant to look tough, aren't I?
You're meant to. Here,
Tough.
Take your arrow.
Right. Okay. Rebellion is here, and we also like to be silly.
It's good to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine for your soul.
It is.
It absolutely is.
It is the best medicine. I also want to talk about my scarf. So we talk about these colours of our arrows,
This thing's
or
alive.
our feathers on our arrows. It's just serendipity. Is that one word for it?
Synchronicity.
The universe,
Synchronicity is a good word.
the things that come your way when you least expect it. And actually, I love seeing feathers because they just remind me that the universe has got my back. But Sharon brought these feathers in from home, and sure enough, they're the 5 colours that I wanted to use to represent our business. I found this scarf. I liked this scarf, picked up this scarf, purchased this scarf from Ashley Rowe, beautiful Marcia, before I even realised that it also has our 5 colours. And the 5 colours are also represented by the colours of Australian money. So you'll see them on my new website, which will be out next week, for the Financial Rebellion.
Cash is king, people.
So we have our $5 note that is this colour. We have our $10 note that is this colour. We have our $20 note that is this colour. Our $50 note, sometimes called a pineapple. And our $100 note. And so in our marketing in the future and in our community, you will see that we use these colours to represent sometimes the transition through to having your full power. And the other thing, the funny thing, when I wanted to see these notes, another little message from the universe came that the latest version of the Australian currency notes, each one has a bird on it. And, of course, the $100 note, the most important bird for this kind of thing, for contemplation, the owl. So I'm pretty excited about all of that. Oh, Janie's put a bird in there.
Jane loves her birds, and that's a beautiful bird.
Helen says she loves the scarf. I showed this to my femme-powered girlfriends and told the story, and I think it was Jessica Kinney said, I'd buy a money scarf as a Financial Rebellion person, so we may yet stock some.
Well, energy flows where attention goes, so if you're sort of focusing your energy around abundance and that kind of stuff, freedom, yeah.
And you could wear this scarf to represent all of that.
Because abundance isn't just money, it's a very small part of it. Abundance is good things showing up all the time in our lives. And that includes freedom.
Yeah. Actually, you know, that it's an important part of the book as well. When we go through our various stages of the book, talking about, lost my contents, there it is. So in the book, we have the backstory, we have the introduction about moving from powerless to flexing your power. We equip ourselves to fight with our bows and arrows and our horse. We engage in our battle. And then we reveal our financial power by looking at our own financial statements. There's actually an exercise to do in there. It's tactile. I would actually want you to get a folder and paper and stuff like that. But the last part is part 5, flexing your power. And in that part, I've lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, I know. I remember. Sorry. Before you flex your power, I want you to try to remember to reflect on why you are in business in the first place, and make sure that your business is serving you, because sometimes, and actually way too often, the business is no longer serving the business owner. Sometimes I particularly have a heartfelt thing for some of our young mums that feel like a need to contribute to the financial side of the family, and they start a little business. But we need to be sure that that is giving you abundance, not just financial abundance, but sometimes we're losing money and losing the time with our kids, and that's the last thing we need, because our time with our kids is precious, and I know I didn't spend enough time with mine. Hopefully I'll be spending time with my grandkids if my boys ever work out how to have them. Sean says they're still practicing. No pressure, boys. I'm not ready yet. Right, so.
You just went down a pathway there that you just don't know how to come back
just
from.
Went
right,
all over. So the most important thing about being in business is making sure that you are heading towards freedom with that business, that you are not continuing in a business that is not serving you for any longer than you have to.
So Liz, looking at the clock ticking away, time flies when you're having
fun. We've lost a few of our viewers.
Yeah, probably when
I'm impressed that so many people stayed on for so long. It's really awesome.
My Elton John costume would have scared a lot of people. It's raining quite heavy here at the moment. We can hear that on
Another thing I'd like to just mention, only mention because I haven't got the links ready, but we'll be opening up a community, a free community, in the very near future. So, what emoji should we have about that? Because I need to be able to separate it out, won't I? Okay, what about this one?
Yeah, why not?
Or this one?
That one, yeah.
So I've put the little sunglasses person in the comments, and I'd love you to let me know if you'd be interested in coming into a free community. In fact, my website Copy People suggested, because I want to make it really safe space for people to talk about their financial information and to learn from each other. And she said it's probably like a gated community, really. We'll need to make sure that the people in there are only business owners, and that they, that they're in a comfortable space to be able to be vulnerable enough to ask questions. It's quite difficult. Jane, you're asking me about the noise. I think you might be able to hear the rain on the roof.
Very heavy rain here.
When it rains on my tin roof, sometimes I have to terminate my calls, but it's not that heavy today. So all these people would love to be in my community. So I will make sure I look up this thread and invite you all in during the week. In my community, I will be going live in a Zoom room on Tuesdays at 2. Because Tuesdays at 2 is the time I suggest, and by the way, Liv, we'll have to change our appointment, but you can come in the room as well. Tuesdays at 2 is the time that we'll all be looking at our financial information together and helping each other out.
Liz, we need to gift something else right now.
Okay.
And it is...
I think there might be one of these pens in the mystery prize. Do you want to see those? They're pretty cool. Sharon found these online for me. Again,
magic
of the universe.
There may also be one of these, I'm not sure.
Some stickers.
That is a really cool sticker. Really cool sticker. But there's also other stuff. So what we need for that, the mystery, what did we do for the mystery? Was that the arrow?
Ooh.
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
We're all over the shop here.
Well, I reckon a horse.
All right. I'll write this down.
Well, we'll know because I'll be watching back the recording to work it all out. So.
You're across this.
Have we got a horse?
There should be a horse.
There should be a horse emoji.
Yep.
I'm sure we can find a horse. Who's going to be first to find the horse emoji? That might be... There might be 2 mystery prizes. One for the first person and then one randomly for the rest of the people that find a horse.
There's a lot
I
of
can't
emojis.
even find a horse.
Maybe you have to use
Find the animals. Oh, yeah.
There's a
this
horse.
thing.
It's a racehorse. I don't like horse race.
I don't know, not a horse race.
Up there, there's a horse. Seat
Oh,
up there.
yeah. I think we'll have to have that one.
Yeah,
even
it's
though
a horse. We'll
racehorse.
just have to go with that.
Righto.
Oh, Annie.
Well, they
Anne,
might get-
sorry. Anne has a horse.
Oh.
And there's
Sharon has a unicorn. That's close enough.
Sarah has a horse. Helen has a horse. Where is this horse head coming from?
Well, they're not the standard emojis. But
No.
they're not the ones I'm looking at.
No.
Well, here's my horse that's not a racehorse.
That's better.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Everyone's participating. That's what we love. Thank you,
all
guys.
these horses, regardless of the horse you've chosen, you will be in the running to receive the mystery gift from Liz.
Well, I'm just checking my messages in case I have anything really important coming in about what's going on our Amazon account.
So Liz, while you're doing that, I think it's really important to acknowledge the social proof, the testimonials that come in about your work, and even now about the book, people that have read the book in its very early
Iterations.
Yeah. The testimonials, effectiveness is the measure of truth. So we have testimonials, we have social proof around the work that Liz is doing. And I want to ask you, Liz, how you feel about this journey and when you see the impact you have on people. Like, what does that do for Liz Jarvis?
Ooh, it propels me forward. It reassures me that I'm on the right path. It's been a complex journey, as many businesses are, to find the right product to market fit.
Mm-hmm.
Your bra strap's falling down.
My arms are too big for that. It must be like flexing.
I did take mine off.
Oh, did you? Oh.
You can
I don't
take
know.
yours
I don't
off.
know how Elton John does this stuff. Like, really?
So, yes, as I get testimonials, as we have really big breakthroughs, some people need more help than others for different reasons, and it just pushes me forward to keep doing what I'm doing and keep looking. And I just kept looking and looking and looking for a way where I could touch the lives of millions, because the ripple effect of the status quo of people not being able to lean into their financials and make really good decisions based on those financials. The ripple effect of that is massive because it affects that person. Like, business is hard enough. It's up and down like a roller coaster most days. And I don't think the rest of the world really understand just how complex it is to be a business owner. Often people think business owners are rich. Like, I live in a small country town, and I remember being, on the PNF at our school, and everyone saying, oh, just go to the shop owners and ask for vouchers and things like that. And I would say, but hang on a minute, do you realise they're actually giving you that out of their grocery money, basically? The small amount of money that they actually get for the hard slog that they do to provide services to our town. Usually they're not rich. Then, sometimes they're barely scraping through, and we're just not aware enough of that. So it's important to. I lost my train of thought.
Well, I think
Where were we?
Let me jump in, if I may. What
Thank goodness we've got Shane here.
Elton. What we're talking about here is not so much how much money we leave in our bank accounts when we leave the earth. It's about the legacy that we leave. It's the imprint that we leave in the lives of people. And 100 years from now, 50 years from now, someone can pick this book up and it will mean something. And this is what you're doing, Liz, and this is what I hope I'm doing in my work and a whole bunch of other people. We're leaving a legacy. We're doing the hard yards to make the world a better place. And I never want to be the richest man in a cemetery, because what's the point? But it's nice.
Everyone will be fighting out over your wealth when you're the richest man.
Wow.
Just trust me, I help with that too.
Yeah, exactly. And I would rather leave a legacy that made a difference, and that's exactly what you're doing, Liz. So that's inspirational stuff. It's inspiring people in their journeys, because people set out in business to make a difference. A lot of people set out in business to make a whole pile of money, but that's really not what it's about. It's about the freedom. It's about the lifestyle that we should have by having our own businesses. Not so much about the zeros attached to the numbers. It's about what that means for us and the leverage we get out of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
The number of zeros is interesting, actually, because I've worked for some very, very wealthy people and some very, very poor people and some very traumatized people with, with health issues, mental health issues, where a business is actually the best thing for them. So we've got all those extremes, but the ups and downs is the same, regardless of how much money they appear to have. And so I would just say how many zeros, they just got more zeros, but it's still the same problems, still the same challenges. And everyone needs support, guidance and education around their finances, because even the very wealthy, and particularly in some ways the very wealthy, are vulnerable in this era of accounting where, for example, financial planning has come in. I talk in the book about the siloing of our industry. And there are some really crooked, or not even crooked, but there are some financial planners out there that just only will focus on really high wealth individuals.
Can we call them misguided?
Misguided, yeah, let's do that. But that then means that the man in the street, you guys, can't get the support that we would once give, because I'm not allowed to give advice as a chartered accountant of 30-something years, 35 nearly. It's illegal for me to give financial advice. But
don't ask me then.
it's part of why I needed to get out of the industry. I don't give advice, I just give support, education, guidance. But there is an expectation in the community that there should be somewhere you can go to get advice, financial advice. But the only ones legally allowed to offer financial advice are financial planners, and mostly they sell product or very expensive time. So that makes it impossible for others to access.
Great system, hey?
Yeah.
So Liz, let's do a social check-in. So Liz told me I had to do this and I haven't done it once. So we've got 25 minutes left. So we're going to do I don't even know what a social check-in is. So if someone wants to, did anyone ask any questions before? Has anybody got any questions for Liz? I think that's important.
Go and have a look.
Liz would love your questions. Liz would love to answer your questions. So if you have any, whether it be about the journey of writing the book, the content in the book, that would be great. Hey, Christian. What's that?
I'm trying to post here that I'm still live, but it's just not working for me.
I don't know.
Next. Yes, sorry.
Crocodile Rock. I don't really know the words other than...
Can I sing?
something about a crocodile and a rock, right?
I kind of know the Crocodile Rock song because we did our gymnastics routine. Well, the
I-
other part of the group did gymnastics routine to
I
Crocodile
definitely
Rock.
don't do gymnastics. I have done the splits, but that was an accident.
Hello, Jacqueline. Welcome. Thank you for joining and letting us know that you're here. Can one of my team drop some of the links in so Jacqueline knows how to buy my book? You've missed all sorts of stuff, but you can watch it back later on.
Hopefully it'll be an edited version.
Nah, it's Facebook. No perfection allowed.
No. It's my TV background.
So you asked whether anyone asked questions back then. We have.
We're a lot of horses.
Oh, it's not letting me go back to the really old
Okay,
comments.
so if you have a question for Liz, please put it in there because we can't go back to the older comments.
Yes, we're right here.
It's time to gift something else.
Sharon's got the words here so you can sing.
No.
I remember when rock was young.
No.
Me and Susan.
Not doing it.
Sorry, I
Hey, I'll
can't
tell you
sing
what.
either.
If we sell, hey, I'll do it for. Isn't that what they do on
Oh,
Remember telethons, people? Give a thumbs up if you remember telethons. Give a thumbs up if you remember TV.
Andrew Thomas, Tallman.
Question for Liz. I just saw it.
The financial planner education is not as high. I'm not a CPA, I'm actually a chartered accountant, but their education is not as high as ours, and that's part of the problem. And we have ethical standards that they are not expected to uphold either. But it's very interesting. But I could get shot by my industry, so I won't go there. But
I've been shot by mine. It's all right. You survive. It's good.
yeah, true. You're
It's
true.
part of the rebellion, Liz. You've got to.
I know. I'll have to get out and go out there on a limb.
Got to flex your muscle, Liz.
I've got a message for Andrew actually. Andrew is a very close friend of mine from school days and all of that. And he uses the accountants that I worked for when I was in Sydney. My lovely Jim Murchison. I really enjoyed working for him. I reached out to him recently and he told me very kindly that I was the most, oh now I've forgotten the word. I should have put that word up there.
Yeah.
Impressive of all the accountants he's ever worked with in his practice. So I was pretty impressed with that. Thought you might like to know that, Tomo.
It's a big compliment.
It is a big compliment. All right, everyone's here. We've got some thumbs
Christian.
ups happening here.
Christian has got the best emojis. I saw Christian yesterday. No.
Christian
Thursday.
and Kerry, are you together holding hands or are you on separate iPads somewhere or iPhones? Our wonderful friends Christian and Kerry Guppy.
Yep.
Amazing
Awesome people.
business owners.
Awesome people.
Doing huge things for the environment.
And the people. So, because without the environment, there's no people, right? We're all connected. So
Absolutely.
we're gifting another soft copy signed of Liz's soon-to-be #1 bestseller. Financial Rebellion. Give us an FR for if you want to potentially receive a copy of this book as a gift from Liz. I tried to share the YouTube. Jacqueline, really, no need for that. No need for that. Yeah, just give us an FR, capital F, capital R in the comments to receive. Do you work with many bookkeepers? You got a question there, Liz?
Yes, I'm just answering that. So Jacqueline's asking. I know many bookkeepers. Many. We don't offer those services internally. We only offer financial mentoring at the moment.
Hey, but the future's a really big place, right, Liz?
It is. It is.
We need some links in there from Liz's team, if you could, for people to purchase their 99-cent copy of the Financial Rebellion. Man, when I launched my books, they were like $10. So my new book will have to be like 89 cents.
Well, I'm hoping it works. We're after the algorithm stuff.
Yeah.
All this
Yeah.
in what do you call it? Artificial intelligence.
And the thing
That's
here
here
is,
today.
this is the evidence that Liz is trying to reach and help people. So was I, but it was a long time ago, and things have changed in the book world. But we do need to get some critical mass, as they say, to get some leverage, so that Liz can move forward in her mission to help people. And this financial rebellion is going to make an impact on so many people's lives. Already has. It's just nice to see this unfolding the way it is. So I'm very proud of you, Liz.
Thank you.
And
Actually,
I think everybody is.
We're actually going to call upon our community and our clients to come forward and be counted. There's a spot in the book where it says that, but I didn't
This
get
is the sunglass emoji, right?
Oh.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, that was earlier. Yeah, so if you're new on the call and you're interested in coming into the community, pop some sunglasses in there. But the other thing is about being counted. So I've got this dream of actually having a kind of counter. You know that one that counts the number of babies born, like the population of the planet, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Well, I'm hoping to ask people to let us know if our message has helped them, whether it's now or any time in my career as an accountant. If I've helped them with my messages, we're going to ask them to be counted. That's another thing that'll be coming through.
Kelly Parker, hey, you know what, Kelly? You can be the change you want to see in the world. So you can go buy your copy, but you could also receive this gift and then forward it on to somebody who you think it might help. So, hey, you can still buy the copy.
I'd love to give Kelly one anyway. She's so proud of me, she says. She's wonderful. I got new eyebrows from Kelly.
Oh,
they were getting invisible.
Oh, hello, Kelly. Take a look at my eyebrows. There's a challenge for you. I'm very protective of my eyebrows because as you can see, it's all I've got left. Really. Liz, we've got 15 minutes left.
Really?
Yep, time flies when
Wow.
having fun. I still am concerned about the chicken that lost its feathers.
My good friend Gay Westby has just joined us as well. Thank you for letting us know you're here, Gay.
Hello, Gay.
Sharon, you might drop the Australian link in there. Sharon, when she dropped it in earlier, by the way, just so, because you missed the joke, something about a slicer with that as well. Where were we?
Oh, a set of steak knives.
Something like that.
Right. I didn't think we were doing the hard sell. But wait, there's more.
Jacqueline,
Actually,
yes, I am going to do an audible version when I get my act together.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm too scared to do that.
Well,
Wow,
IBW has a process.
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
glad they do.
They do.
Just while we're on the subject of doing things, we have to give away another gift.
Oh,
And this is huge. Again, we're going to give away the Elton John costume. And I personally hope Christian Guppy wins it, because I'd love to see him in it. No, well, maybe. But what we're doing, and we need the.
You know how I'm the literal brain? I thought you really were giving away that special.
It's yours. Do you want to give it away?
No.
Well, then we're not giving it up. Sorry,
But
Christian.
Christian can pop in and wear it any time.
All right. So what we're doing is we're giving away to somebody who gives us a flex, I think. Yeah, it's a flex. It's a flex.
Flex those muscles. That's financial rebellion flex.
So if you want to go in the running...
We're getting tired, aren't we?
No, I just don't want to be perceived to be
I
giving away
remember
a set
telling
of...
you you didn't have to stay the whole 2 hours, but thank you.
How could I not,
Thank you.
Liz? But I mean, I don't want to be perceived to be giving away steak knives and, you know...
Super Slicer Pro.
What was it? Demtel? Was it Demtel? I don't
It
know.
still exists.
Right. You could receive by... All you have to do is give us a... You don't even know what they're getting, and they're putting the flexes in. Thank you, Sarah.
Sharon said.
Oh, that was you, Liz. You can't win a session with yourself.
Well, it's showing them what to do.
So
I need a session. Ask Sean.
We'll do one on Thursday like we do every week. So Liz is gifting an hour of her time, which is called the Financial Power Hour, valued at $479. And if if you receive that, if you're fortunate enough to receive that gift, it will absolutely change your life. So do the flex. Who's the yeah? Oh, that's Christian.
It's Christian again. Christian, how do you know all of these extra things to do?
I think Kerry taught him. So yeah, $479 value, but it actually exceeds the financial value because what you will receive out of that for the ongoing journey will be far more than a 407. Well, it's free, but if you don't receive one of these as a gift, you should book one with Liz because it will. The amount of leverage you will get out of that for your own journey and the journey of your business will be far more valuable than your tax deductible session with Liz.
Yeah, that's true. But I must say, David,
sorry, Liz, before you do,
on what a power hour value is.
well, I can't tell you that it's tax deductible because I'm not qualified to tell you that. But Liz is.
If you don't pay for it, there's no tax deduction. However, if you do book one in and pay for it, there's a tax deduction.
I'm trying to sell a session here.
Awesome, that's great. Well, our own Dave Thompson that runs the Inspirational Book Writers, we did one together, and he told everyone that he got at least 10 times the value from the things that we talked about in that 1 hour.
Social proof, testimonials.
Thanks, Leslie, for joining in. It's really nice to have had you on here. I've got 28 people in the audience at the moment, and I'm just curious.
601 comments.
Yeah, we had quite a lot of people earlier, but I'm just wondering, the 28 people that are here, can you just quickly tell me where you're tuning in from so that I know which parts of the world we're covering at the moment?
And while that's happening, Liz, is there any way we can check? Excuse me, I got the hiccups from the water. Can we check in on the book sales? Is there a way we can see how that's going?
I don't. Well, I'll have a quick look, but
Your amazing team.
Dave tells me that
Christians at home. Right.
downtown Taree, Warrnambool, hello Anthony.
Sydney, Wingham at Liz's office.
I know that Amazon has a delay in its reporting, but I will quickly have a look.
Amazon has a delay in a lot of areas. Anyway.
I will log into my
Clear
Amazon
Mountain
KDP.
in Queensland.
Ooh, who's that?
Wallaby Point, beautiful part of the world.
Lounge Room Wingham. We've got all our Wingham people.
Yeah.
We love our Wingham people.
I love Wingham too, being a Tanoni person. Wingham's my go-to. Liz is squinting at the screen here.
It tells me it's live. I tell you, I was panicking the other day that it wouldn't be live in time. Because Davina, you're not the only one that I can be late for or change my mind for. So I don't know. Do you know how to tell?
I don't think that's.
Report.
Yeah, I was going to say report. That's your launch thing.
Ooh.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow. Look at that.
But-
May the 4th.
So there's 24 orders showing up here, and I know that it's very delayed. So at least I know I've sold some.
I'm just.
But definitely it takes time to populate, so we can't really share that.
So because it's no, not yet, but because it's May the 4th, can I see the screen there, Liz?
Yeah, let me just scroll there.
I love the wisdom of Star Wars. Now, Liz did this post, or Liz's team did this post the other day, and May the 4th, for those of you that don't get it, May the 4th, it's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And Yoda's most famous quote, I think, is very relevant at the moment. Do or do not, there is no try. And that actually comes from Buddhist philosophy. And I think we can apply that to purchasing Liz's book. Do or do not, there is no try. And we'll throw in a free set of chopsticks.
Free set of chopsticks. You're off.
I'm a
You're
vegetarian,
off
so
brand.
I don't do steak knives. We're going to give away 2 more gifts, and we've only got, I can't even see the time because that's
We have 9 minutes.
All right, so
9 minutes and counting.
we're gifting, or Liz is gifting, another signed copy of her Financial Rebellion book. If you would like to be in the running to receive this gift, which will be selected by Liz's team,
Semi-randomly.
it'll be signed, it'll be a soft copy, and all you need to do is put a capital F and a capital R in the comment section, and Liz's team will sift through those comments, and you could be the recipient of a signed copy of the Financial Rebellion. And that doesn't have to stop you from purchasing one, because you can gift it to a friend, a colleague, a pet, whatever, and help spread the rebellion.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good graph, Liz.
Ooh.
That's a good graph.
That's mine book sales.
Yeah, we're looking at Liz's book sales, and
it's one of those exponential graphs.
It looks like cryptocurrency. It's shot up, but it's acceptable. It's not dropping, so it's not anything like cryptocurrency.
Well,
so thank you to everybody who's supporting Liz. I know that she is grateful, but I also know that you will receive so much value and benefit from this book. And if you want to be counted in Liz's Rebellion,
we'll let you know the link later.
We'll let you know the link later, but put your little sunglass emoji in the comment section, and Liz's team will go back and check through that so that we can notify you.
Helen wants a money scarf. Now, I saw a very special message in here. One from my grand niece. So Gavin, my brother-in-law, is on, and Gracie May, my grand niece, says, "Congratulations, Auntie Liz."
Oh, that's sweet.
Thank you for letting me know that, Gabby. It's nice to have you on here. You may also like to share this, because once we finish the live, I think it's still available for others to watch. So if you've got any value from watching it, or you know any business owners at all that might benefit from all the messages that we have in this Financial Rebellion about reclaiming your financial power and never being scared of your financial information again, then, you know, pass the information on, and we're hoping that, you know, people everywhere will start to learn that it's just your financial power's within you, isn't it, Shane?
All power comes from within.
Yeah.
And just on that note, you know, it's easier to say that, and it's easy to make that statement that all power comes from within, but the effectiveness of your power is based on the knowledge that you have within you. So if you aren't doing the work within, and if you aren't equipping yourself with knowledge and wisdom, which comes in the pages of books like Liz's, well then your power is going to be very limited. So, you know, equip yourself, do the work, do the inner work, and that is educating yourself, increasing your knowledge, expanding your awareness, and then, you know, then you can be truly powerful.
And broadening your mind.
Yeah. You scare me. I used to do archery once, and I've seen a few of those things go.
Go off.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to recap one last time before we finish. The reason why we have our horse, our archer on horseback, is the symbolism of Robin Hood, where the power had been, well, in their case, the money and everything, stuff had been taken from the citizens. In this case, the power has been taken from business owners. And it's no one's fault. It's just part of what's happened in the last, you know, this century really, just since about year 2000. You know, we don't have tactile money anymore. We don't have handwritten books. We don't have a lot of things. So, and we are encouraged to abdicate our responsibilities. So we want you to get the arrows of courage, curiosity, confidence. I can't remember, we're getting too tired. Collaboration, and most of importantly, contemplation. We want you to contemplate your financials. In fact, I didn't even use those words about your business wants to speak to you. And the answers are in the story that are in your financial statements. And it really does want to speak to you. It's a bit woo-woo, but that's been my experience when I work with business owners and we dive into the numbers. They speak volumes to those business owners. And then, of course, our horse represents our accounting system. You can make it work really hard for you and save you lots of time and money. So, it's nearly time to end the Financial Rebellion live.
It's nearly time, but not quite.
And please share it with other people.
Hello, Lynn Stewart. Nice to see you.
She's a beautiful human too,
Lynn
isn't she?
is absolute salt of the earth, which means you're really special in a good way. We have to give one last thing
All right.
from Liz to people. And Liz, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be part of this, because watching you navigate through this whole journey and arriving at this moment is really special. And your physical book launch is when?
My physical book launch. The invitations started going out this week. So the 1st of June here in Taree at the university's campus. So for locals and anyone that would like to visit the beautiful Barrington Coast, we will be getting together at 4 p.m, just like this time slot, at the university's campus in Taree. And I will have copies of my book there to purchase if you just like to do the tactile thing. And if we have succeeded in, doing the algorithm thing by lots of people purchasing right now, we'll also have the Amazon bestseller sticker on them, or printed on them, or something like that. So yeah, 1st of June, 4 p.m, Taree. Invites coming in the mail and by email to many of the people actually pretty much all the people that joined in, except our extra friend from the Philippines. I recognised everyone else, and I'm really appreciating you all being here.
Yeah, and there's all these Elton John songs coming up in there. I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Well, our later viewers probably have no idea what we're talking
well,
about.
Well, don't watch the video back, okay?
No,
now, when you tell people not to, they're going to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You
Sorry, I'm very literal. As we said.
We need to gift one last mystery gift from Liz. So what we need you to do is we need you to find the bow and arrow, the archer emoji, and put it in the comments. And you could receive a mystery gift from Liz Jarvis, which I promise you'll love. So we just need to see that in the comment section. All sorts of
surprises in it.
Just need to see that in the comment section. Thank you to everybody who participated and made this such a really fun time. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Hanging out with Liz always is. We've got some Sharon out there. Thank you, Sharon, for always supporting, and for Jane and Dennis and other team people.
Camille might be there in the background too.
Yep. So
the newest team member.
Yep. Thank you all for your
finally
participation.
Found the bow and arrow. So I'm sending my bow and arrow, and hopefully lots of other people. Yes, here they all are. Libby, Joe, Jacqueline. Oh, I like that one.
Oh, that one's like
Kerry, Dennis.
Sarah
really wants the mystery prize.
She started her own rebellion, by the looks.
Oh, look at Tracy's.
That's cool.
That's cute.
Oh, hello, Tracy.
Wow. Trish is still on here. Thank you, Trish, for joining in, and Danielle.
Benny and the Jets. Stop it.
Thank you, Sharon. Megan, you're already a client of mine, so you get a free copy, but you can order one too.
Nice. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Signing off at 6 p.m. Oh, should we go longer because I was late? as I always am.
Well,
late.
ask the people. Ask them for an emoji, isn't it?
No, I think they probably want to go. I think they've had enough. Or good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to updating all of you on the direction of the rebellion. It's exciting things coming, new websites, new stuff, and hopefully helping millions of people. Bye, everybody.
See you all.
Feels funny. I can't see your faces. I want to see your faces. I can only see my own. Financial rebellion.
Fist pumps, everyone.
Bye.